Came back. How'd it go?
Pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. All right, Sammy and Steve. How'd it go?
Pretty good.
Sir.
Okay, the rest of them should be coming back.
Mhm.
All right.
Wait, Mr. Rodriguez, did you put us together or was it random?
It was random.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what the?
Okay, so okay, the other room is back. How'd it go for you guys? Where it's Angel, Emily, and Savannah.
Oh.
All right,
To be
that's.
honest, I forgot the question.
I sent it back
I'm
out.
not.
Lily, how do you explain multiplication?
You guys didn't.
Oh, okay. How do I?
You guys didn't get the message. I sent it out.
Alright.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No?
I did.
I don't
No,
see-
but me and Sammy got an answer.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
All right, so if you guys want, let's start with you guys in room 3, which is Sammy and Steve. What did you guys come up with?
Oh, what the heck? It's
So the question was, how do you explain multiplication in your own words, and why does it exist?
why does it exist? Oh, snap. Say we didn't come up with for that one.
All right, that's
So we
okay.
can go to college.
Okay,
So
but
we
how do you
can-
explain? But how do you explain it then? So how do you explain multiplication?
It's
Don't forget,
Hold up.
Sam. We talked about this.
I forgot, dude. Did you forget?
Yep.
Dang it. It's
Sam.
multiplication is just adding, but like a lot of adding.
Okay.
You know?
That's actually, no, I mean, that's actually not a bad answer. Okay. Those of you guys in room 2, what did you guys come up with?
Who's
Who's
room
room
2?
That's Alex, Caleb, and Lily.
Oh,
Okay.
why does mathematics?
Multiplication- Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna answer the math exist, and then you answer the what is multiplication.
Okay.
Okay,
Go.
math exists, so
It's
we can get
actually why
smart.
does multiplication exist?
Yeah, why does whatever? Oh, because so we can get smarter.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Lily,
Makes
did you come up
sense.
with the other one?
Multiplication is a faster way to add most of the time.
Okay, perfect. That's a great answer. Okay. Okay, how about room 1? Angel, Emily, and Savannah?
They actually said something very similar to Sammy and Steve, which
Oh.
is a lot of adding.
A lot of adding. Yeah. I mean,
It's
That's
just
a-
an advanced form of adding.
that's actually what it comes down to, it, right? All right. So good job, guys. So multiplication is just a lot of adding, right? It's a bunch of adding, but how do we say it? Let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
Division.
Okay. All right. Can you guys see it?
User.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you guys have something to write with, something to write on. Okay.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, son of a biscuit.
But as you guys mentioned, right? So it's okay while you guys go grab something if you haven't already. But as you guys said, multiplication is related to adding, right? It's a bunch of adding. If I were to say 15 plus 15 plus 15, right? What's another way that we can express that as a multiplication?
15 times 3.
Yeah, 15 times 3, right? So it's just in a way, it's just to make things more efficient,
Shorter.
right? Because, let's see, that example isn't as bad, but let's say we were to do 345 plus 345 plus 345. Let's say we were to do that 123 times, right?
Mhm.
So imagine writing 345 123 times, right?
Mhm.
So it's more efficient to just say 345 times 123, right?
Makes sense.
Okay. So that's pretty much all what math is about, right? It's all about making things more efficient and faster.
More difficult.
No, it's not more difficult, it's more efficient.
Math
So,
is pretty difficult.
it can be, sure. But the idea is that uh technology becomes more efficient as years go by, right? And why does that? Because the math behind it gets improved, right? So every time you can improve the efficiency of something, that's a good thing, right? So
Mhm.
that's just what math is based on, the same thing. It's just a more efficient way to be able to do addition. Okay. And so visually, we can also say it as, let's say we have 2 times 3, right? Visually, we can say we have 2 groups, and inside those 2 groups, we have 3 x's, for example, right? Or the other way around, we could say we have 3 groups, and inside those 3 groups, we have 2x. Okay? Both of those are 2 ways to visually see multiplication as well. All right?
Sorry.
What's up? Oh, sorry. Say, Steve, did you have something?
Oh, I just said yes, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. So, which, by the way, for those of you that did the Google Slides, how did it go?
It was cool.
Yeah.
I like taking pictures.
I couldn't
Easy?
send the picture to you.
Oh, no?
Well, I couldn't attach it. It wouldn't let me.
Me either.
No?
What's your
Mm-mm.
thing for reminder? I keep asking that you don't answer me.
I already have you on there, Lily.
I don't though. That's the thing.
Loving 23.
Lily,
Are
are
you
you
sure?
sure? It says like algebra 1, I think.
For reminder, all I have is Miss Coleman.
Bruh.
His is
Go to remind, Lily.
I just sent a message.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You got
I
it?
have
Wow.
you. I don't have no one else. Only have
Okay.
you.
So, if for whatever reason it didn't work, you guys can send me pictures through there. That's fine. But we need to try to practice that. If you guys need any help, maybe we can meet up later so I can show you guys how to do it. And I'm just saying because we're gonna keep practicing with that today as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But anyways, so let's just go ahead and start off with some examples. Okay. Let's say we're gonna do 43 times 2. Okay. So, in case you guys don't remember the steps, first thing we do is we do 2 times 3, right? Which will give us 6. Then we're going to move on to the next number, which is 4 times 2. That would give us 8. So,
Where you
pretty easy.
going, Mom?
Answer is 86.
Okay.
Yes.
And as we said, right, remember that 43 times 2 is the same thing as saying what in addition?
43 plus 43.
Right, 43 plus 43. And that's a way to check the answer, right? 3 plus 3, that gives us 6. 4 plus 4, that gives us 8. So 86. Okay,
Makes sense.
pretty easy. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but there's like I guess supposedly like the way that they teach Japanese children
Oh, yeah.
how to multiply. Have you guys seen that before?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
used to I like that.
Yes, that's pretty hard, but it's pretty easy.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty easy. Alex, I don't think that makes sense.
I got you, Alex. I understood.
Pretty confusing.
It's confusing, but like when you get it, when you get when you get it, it's easy. But like it's confusing when you
Right.
first.
So just say 43 times 2. All right, 43 times 2 is the same thing as saying, like, if we were to do it in that sense, it would be, we would draw 4 lines, right? And 3 over here to represent the 43. And you do 2 across, right? Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer, you know, you split it off right here, and the answer would be everywhere where they intersect, right? So that would be 8 intersections, and then 6 over here. So 86, right? Now,
Whoa.
it really, you know, it's really up to you guys if you want to look more into this, but to me, it just becomes a lot harder, especially when we're doing like bigger numbers, like, I don't know, like 86 or times 17 or something like that, you know, because that's a bunch of lines being drawn.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, so it's just easier the other way. Okay. All right, let's just go ahead and keep on going with some examples. Okay.
You read down the examples too?
Yes, please. Okay, let's see, for example, 174 times 3. Okay. Let's say we're going to do 4 times 3. That gives us 12, right? So we start off with 4 times 3. That gives us 12.
Mhm.
And we're going to do 3 times 7, which gives us 21. Plus 1 is 22. Make sure to write that number at the top. And then 3 times 1 plus 2, which would give us 5. Okay, so the answer should be 522.
22.
Okay, so we got that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next one, 75 times 14. Okay, so we're going to do 5 times 4. That gives us
20.
20.
90.
Don't forget to write the 2
90.
on the top. Then 4 times 7, which is 28. Plus the 2, which is 30.
30.
Okay. Now remember when we have that second digit, we're moving 1 over, right? So I always like to put the 0 there. And then we're going to move 1 over. So 1 times 5 gives us what?
5.
5. And then 1 times 7 will be
7.
7. So we just add straight down. That's 0 and 0. 5 and
Forgot you
0.
had to do that.
And 7 and 3. That gives us 10.
1,000.
So 1,050 is the answer.
Wow.
So yeah. See, and I'm like we're going over this again because I forgot how to multiply by hand, you know. So I had to relearn it as well.
We always have to add the 0. And
I mean, I prefer to do it so you like, you know, just so you guys don't get confused. But you know, it's the same thing if like there were to be nothing there, you know. All you have to do is make sure that you move the number 1 over,
okay.
right? Okay. Couple more examples. All right. Let's try 807 times 23. Okay, so same thing. We start with 3 times 7, which would give us
24. I mean 21. My bad.
yeah, 21.
My bad. I think.
And we remember to put that 2 at the top. So then we do 3 times 0, which would give us 0
0,
times 2, plus 2, which is 2.
2,
And 8 times 3, which would be 24.
24.
Okay. So again, we move 1 over, put that 0 there. So we're going to have 2 times 7, which gives us 14. Then put the 1 on the top, and 2 times 0, which is 0 plus a 1. And 2 times 8, which is
16.
16. Okay. So now we just add all those numbers together. We have 1 and 0, that's 1. 4 and 2, which is 6. 4 and 1, which is 5. 6 and 2, which is 8. And 1. So in total, 18,561.
Nice.
But like I said, I've forgotten how to do the process. Okay. All right. So next thing, a couple of important things that I want you guys to write down, right? Anything multiplied by 0 is what?
0.
0, right? Doesn't matter if it's 3 times 0, the answer is 0. If it's 1,000 times 0, the answer is 0. Okay? That's kind of an important thing to remember as it comes up in algebra, okay? We're going to see this a lot. And honestly, whenever you multiply something by 0, it makes things a lot easier, right? Because we know that whatever happens, the number is going to end up being 0, right?
Mm.
And that could really cut down on a lot of steps. Yeah. So, like for example, let's say like, I don't know, in parentheses we had 100 plus 3,000 or something, right? If we multiply all that, if we're going to end up multiplying all that by 0, then we don't really have to add it, right? We just know that the whole thing is just going to be 0. Okay, so that's what I mean by it cuts down on a lot of steps. Okay. Next thing that we need to remember: anything multiplied by 1 is what?
The other number.
The same number, right? So anything multiplied by 1 is the same number. So if I were to do 100 times 1, it's still 100.
Yeah.
If I do 3,000 times 1, it's still 3,000. If I do 1 billion times 1, that's still 1 billion, right? So there are two very key things that you guys should make sure to write down, okay? Anything multiplied by 0 is 0, and anything multiplied by 1 is the same, okay? Make sure we have those written down.
Aye, Captain.
Okay, last example, and then I'm gonna have you guys write down a couple other things, and then we're done. Okay?
Yeah.
So 456 times 123. Okay, so now with 3 digits, the problem gets a little bit longer, but as long as we follow the same steps, it's the same thing, right? So 6 times 3, what is that?
18.
18. And then make sure to write down the 1 at the top. And then 3 times 5.
15.
15. We write that 1 at the top. Actually,
16.
16, right? Yeah. Good catch. 16. Then 3 times 4, which would be 12, plus the 1, 13. Okay. So we move the digit 1 over, so I'm going to write that 0. And then we're going to do the next set of digits. So 6 times 2 would be 12.
12.
And 2 times 5,
10.
which is 10. And we're going to write the 1 at the top. It's already there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 11. Forgetting, right? Because 2 times 5 plus 1 is 11.
Mm-hmm. 2 times 4.
Okay, 2 times
Doesn't
4.
that 1 cancel out though? Because you already used it.
Well,
On top of
yeah,
the
but
5.
remember 2 times 6 is 12. So the 1 was already
Oh.
rare. So I'm using it again.
My bad. That's my fault.
Okay,
Carry
so
on.
2 times 5 is 10, plus the 1 is 11. So we're going to write that 1 again. And 2 times 4 is 8, plus the 1, which is
9.
9. Okay, now we're going to move the digit another one over for the third one. So we're going to write 2 zeros, right? And the last one's easy, right? Because it's just everything multiplied by 1. So 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. And 1 times 4 is 4. And now we're going to add all those numbers together. And, just make sure that the columns are, so you draw those columns just to make sure you're not confusing any numbers. So 8 and 6 and 2, that's 8. And 6, 1, and 3, that's 10. So we're going to carry that 1. And we have 9 plus 5, 14, 15, 16. 16, we're going to carry that 1. 4 and 1, that's 5. So the total, 56,088. Right?
Mhm.
So when with bigger numbers like that, and it does take a little bit longer, but let's just make sure that we get a little bit of practice in that today, okay? All right. So now we got that down. Last things that we're going to go over is the different representations of multiplication.
Mhm.
Okay. So as we grow up, we always learn to represent it like this, right? 4 times 9 with an X. But remember we talked about this last year. Why do we stop using the X when we get to
Because
higher
it's
levels?
used as a variable.
Right.
That
Okay.
dot.
So we prefer to use
The dot.
dot, 4 times 9. Okay. And again, I still don't know why they teach this, but they should get rid of the X as a multiplication symbol. But for now, 4 times 9, right?
Mhm.
Make sure we're using the dot instead of the X, right?
Sir, yes,
Because if
sir.
not, things can get a little bit more confusing. But that's not the only way. Besides a dot, there's a couple other ways that we can represent multiplication.
Mm,
So with the dot, the other way is with the parentheses, okay? So I can
well, I
take,
was gonna say that.
right. So I can take that and I can express it as with parentheses. So if I say 4 and 9 are both inside parentheses, that tells me that we're multiplying those two numbers, okay? Same thing if only one of them was in parentheses. If they're separated by parentheses, that tells me that we're still multiplying those numbers, All of these represent the same thing, right? But throughout algebra, we're going to be seeing different versions of this. So I just want you guys to be aware that whenever we see a parentheses, it's most likely going to be multiplication. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, other way that we're going to be seeing a lot of is when we have a variable and a number. Okay? So let's just say that 9, we're going to use t to represent that 9, right? So if we see 4t, that means we are multiplying the 4 and the t, okay? Whenever we see a number and a variable together like that, that tells us that we are multiplying those two things together, but we don't know what the variable is, right? Unless we, we assigned it ourselves like we just did right now, right? But let's just say we didn't know what that variable was, right? So that just tells us that we are multiplying 4 by some number because we don't know what the variable is, right? And in this case, the variable could be anything. It could be 9, it could be 10, it could be 1,000, It could be infinity. I don't know, right? The variable, we don't know what it is. Okay. And in the same way, we can represent multiplication by saying 4 and then the dot t, or separating it by parentheses, right? So either way, these are the different ways that we're going to see multiplication represented. Okay. I just want you guys to be aware because we're going to be seeing different versions of this throughout algebra. Okay. All right, so we got that down. You guys are good?
Mm. Sir.
Yep. Okay. Right. So I was planning on doing something else, but I think I'll just leave that for tomorrow. Okay. So this is it for today. If you guys are already here and you guys are present, but right now at 9:45, the homework for today will be posted. Okay.
Okay.
It's another couple of problems on Google Slides. It's 6 problems in total. Let's try to make sure to figure it out. If not, like let's schedule maybe another Zoom meeting later just to show you guys how to do it. Okay, how to upload them for you guys that are having a little bit of trouble. And let's see. I think I saw Caleb's. I saw that you put the answers just straight on the Google slide, and that's fine. But make sure that you know, watch the video. There's a video on Google Classroom on how to upload pictures from your phone of your work. So I want you guys to practice uploading the pictures directly from your phone or on your laptop. Okay, just so I can see the work. Okay. But otherwise, let me see. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today then, guys. Let's see. Yeah, so just make sure, you know, when it comes up, go out and do that work. It'll be due on Friday, but, you know, it's easier to just do it right now, okay? So if you guys don't have any other questions, then that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, right? It's Thursday, so we're only meeting Monday through Thursday, so. All right.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow then. Thanks for joining me.